Welcome everyone to the Daily HUD, where we give you the latest esports news. I'm Sierra, and today we'll be covering the LCS Week 9 results and the playoff bracket. We'll also be revisiting the LEC playoff bracket with a little news from Rainbow Six Siege, and we'll finish off the day with the Overwatch League playoff results. Y'all ready? Let's get started. Starting off our day, the LCS has closed out their last week of the 2019 spring split season with a lot of major upsets happening. There were a lot of games that broke current tiebreakers, along with a lot of questions being asked going into the playoffs. With the playoff race reaching the finish line, Golden Guardians is just one of the teams looking to claw their way back into that playoff spot. On day one, Golden Guardians took on Optic Gaming, and both teams were looking for a win to secure their playoff spot. If one team loses, then it's an official elimination. At first, the game was slow and we didn't see much action early on, but later it sided towards the Guardians in the early objective capture. But it wasn't until the Guardians finally made their move and officially shut down any hopes for Optic's playoff dreams. The Guardians weren't finished just yet. On day two, Golden Guardians needed a win to officially tie with FlyQuest, and in this game, there was a lot more back and forth, especially FlyQuest having a huge momentum after previously defeating Team Liquid. With the fights getting more intense and objectives being taken left and right, it was the Golden Guardians that made the final daring move and closed out the game. Now, for the final game to end the tiebreaker, FlyQuest was the one who brought the fight this time, though it was still a lot of back and forth. For every play the Guardians made, FlyQuest was able to have an answer. FlyQuest closed out the game and moved to the third place seed. With Week 9 ending with a scramble for each qualified team to earn a spot in the playoff bracket, and some not qualified were looking to end on a high note. But after the final 2 days, our 6 teams have been chosen. Team Liquid, as already stated many weeks ago, have secured their first round bye along with Cloud9, but being the first place seed will allow them to pick their next opponents for the semi-final matchups. Cloud9 ended the split as the second place first round, but unfortunately for them, they're at the mercy of Team Liquid's opposite pick. Team Solo Mid, Echo Fox, FlyQuest, and the Golden Guardians have secured their playoff spot and will face each other accordingly in the quarterfinals. The LEC have confirmed their playoff bracket, but they did so just a little bit earlier than the LCS. As we mentioned before on the Daily HUD, the LEC's bracket has been finalized, and they work a little bit different than their LCS. Their quarterfinals has a bit of a loser's bracket, so there is some saving grace for one losing team. Like the LCS, 6 LEC teams have confirmed their playoff spot, with Origin and G2 holding the first round bye, but are scheduled to face each other. Fnatic and Team Vitality will face off, and SK Gaming will be battling it out with Splice. The LEC will start off on March 29th with Fnatic and Vitality at 1 p.m. Eastern. The LCS will follow up the next day on March 31st with FlyQuest taking on Golden Guardians at 5 p.m. All matches will be a best of 5, so I hope everyone is ready for an action-packed League of Legends. With Rainbow Six continuing their European League, the question circling around the league is if the teams are still in top condition after the half break, and the top team showed just exactly that. For the first match of the day, Team Secret took on LCS Esports. In the first few rounds of the set, the game was pretty close and they went back and forth, but LCS Esports was just looking for their win. After the 10th round, they took the last 2 rounds and ended the set with a victory. In the next match, the Rainbow Six Invitational runner-up team, Team Empire, looked to get a win today against Team Navi. Like the first game, these two teams were looking to go back and forth, with each team outsmarting the other, but with Team Navi was able to dominate the early rounds until Team Empire made the ultimate comeback after a huge deficit with a 7-4 victory. Rounding out our coverage with the Rainbow Six Pro League, Team Mouse took on the Invitational champions, G2 Esports, and let's just say they brought the fight to the set and showed why they are the champions. G2 was extremely dominant throughout the rounds with quick movements and proper placements. Though Team Mouse did take a couple rounds off G2, it wasn't quite enough to win the set, and G2 managed to get a victory with a dominant 7-2 score. Our next coverage on Rainbow Six Pro League will take us back to North America on April Fool's Day to kick off with Team Reciprocity. They will take on Team Rogue. Then Accelerate GG will face off against Dark Zero. Then to end the day, Evil Geniuses will go head-to-head with Rise Nation. It all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our last coverage for today, the Overwatch League has concluded their Stage 1 playoffs. The final was set to be a David and Goliath story. Map 1 set the tone for the entire game. San Francisco Shock showed an impressive playstyle against the undefeated Titans, with both teams just furiously fighting back and forth. Everyone in the arena almost came to the conclusion that the San Francisco Shock were going to be the first ones to defeat the Titans, but with the set being tied and reaching the final game, the Titans stayed undefeated and became the Stage 1 champions. With Stage 1 of 2019 finally completed, preparations for Stage 2 have gone underway and will be Thursday, April 4th, with Philadelphia Fusion taking on the New York Excelsiors. Then Boston Uprising will challenge the Atlanta Reign, and to end off the day, after those big wins in Stage 1, Shanghai Dragon hope to be a better team, starting off against the Los Angeles Gladiators. It all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Wow, that was a lot of action, but we managed to get through it. That's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. Now on behalf of myself and the entire Gamer Esports Network, we'll see you next time, and good night.